Patreon member shoutout. Sorry girl, but you missed out. Well, tough luck, that boy's mine now. We are more than just good friends. This is how the story ends. Too bad that you couldn't see the man that boy could be. There is more than meets the eye. I see the soul. Hey guys, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez, coming at you today with a Veve Omi update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I love you all. If you want to say hello to Dashi, hello Dashi. Commenting, liking, and subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon or smashing that thanks button down below. So, to get started here, this is the first day we've had the markets open since last week. Didn't do anything crazy. You know, Dow was down 0.25, NASDAQ down 0.14, S&P futures down 0.23. Omi outperformed them all, going up 0.14%. There was a little bit of a dip during the day. We did go back up, and part of that was from we had one order that's still not filled of 63 million Omi. That is something that helped us about keep up with Bitcoin today. Bitcoin was up like 1.7. I think we're about 1.4. So we're about neck and neck with them. But this is about an $88,000 order that somebody is using. Is that smart? I think it would be smarter to do a lot of like $5 and $10 million orders, because 63 million, you know, about, excuse me, 88,000, that's about 8 or almost 9% of the average daily volume that we get. Yeah, it's almost 10%, because today we only had 989,000 in volume, which is really not a lot at all. So if, you know, you're worried about things getting filled, if you're somebody, talking about whales here, that's got tens of millions of dollars, just don't put 88,000 in at once. Put like 10,000, 20,000. I know it's a little bit of annoying. I'm sure there's bots that you could use. I don't know what they are, but yeah, I'm sure you could use that to be able to fill it, because again, that does get annoying and you're kind of biting your nails like, am I going to do it? But whether you do it in one big chunk or you do it down like this, it is still going to move the price, just because there's not a lot of volume right now. So moving on to news, we do have somebody in separate care, the founder and former chief executive of Titanium Blockchain Infrastructure Services, was charged with count of securities fraud and connection. And what does this have to do with Veve? Well, this person, you know, why they're, you know, basically in charge of a felony right now is because he claimed that he had business relationships with the Federal Reserve and companies such as Apple, Pfizer, and Disney. Why is this important? Because everybody, like, it is apparently worth the risk. I don't think it is, but to this person, it was worth the risk of saying, yeah, we're partnered with Disney. And this person is now going to get, what, like 20 years? Going to get a lot. Fraud for a lot. And guess what? Everybody wants what we have. I think this is very, very bullish for like Veve, because Veve has that Disney license. And speaking of the Disney license, I was on the phone with Nick Ward today. Nick Ward was he's in the blockchain and digital assets group at Armanino. I've mentioned that before, leads the auditing of crypto clients. And when I told him, yeah, they have Disney as well, he's like, what? So he'll be on the podcast on 27 July at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, moving on. We have Proper Blockchain going in the announcements of Feesh saying, hey everyone, I'm working on a lot of juggling. So even though we're only 4 days into the new month, that's only 11 days away from the monthly snapshot, there are currently 3 options for the airdrop. I'll need you to blindly pick the rarities. I will say one of the airdrops will be a sandwich NFT. The rest, well, for the rest, you'll just have to wait and see. So vote. The item with the most votes will be the rarest. And at the time, it was... everyone was voting for the sandwich because, well, you know, why wouldn't they? So speaking of Brock McBlockchain, he will be on next Wednesday. He will be on at a Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tomorrow we have Peter Schenkman, NASA advisor, keynote speaker, author at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Moving on. Next is we have Immutable X tweeting that they have a major update. Ethereum off-ramp is now available to any developer building an Immutable X powered platform. Developers can enable their users to sell Layer 2 Ethereum and have the proceeds deposited directly to their bank accounts. And please note, only end users from the US, UK, and Europe can enjoy this off-ramp feature for right now, but we will implement this off-ramp feature to market.x.immutable.com in Q3 of 2022. So that is this quarter. Gotta love what Immutable X is doing. So moving on, Rob Sub says, I think you'll be able to find gems in the 0.7 to 7.5 range. Somebody was asking about what do you think gems will be like in the future? Because he says as long as it's still okay to sell them, someone puts their last $100 in the app and hits a Vader, sells for $2K and needs money for rent, they will happily take $1,500 for those gems to get the money really quickly. And I agree. And Puddin' Cheeks goes and he responds, it will become a non-issue once all accounts have to be KYC to perform any function on the app. People that have KYC and take the L because they are impatient, well, good luck to them with their poor financial decisions in the future. Damn, slapping it down hard. And speaking of slapping down some knowledge, Hello K goes and says, not sure who needs to hear this, but unlike most NFT projects out there, Akomi isn't a project, it's a company. Therefore, they have a shareholding structure. Unlike a lot of NFT projects, they can leverage this equity to finance pretty much anything that they would like. Not financial advice, and I have to agree with him. So again, slapping down more knowledge, we do have Ryan Sean Adams, who has about 192,000 followers over on the Twitter that you could see right there. He goes and he says that Disney's Mickey Mouse copyright is over in 2024, just in time for the next NFT bull market, ? Let 1,000 Mickey NFTs bloom. And Akomi responds that Disney already released Mickey Mouse NFTs on Veve Official. You're late to the party. Yeah, so this, and be advised, guys, if you think that Disney's not going to either extend that or find a way to just get it back for themselves, you're just lying to yourselves. Head in the sand. That's their thing. That is American Pikachu. You know how Pikachu's like Japanese Mickey? Mickey Mouse is American Pikachu. That's what he is. And Disney's not going to let him slip through their fingers. And we have somebody say, when Veve assets on Ethereum, and Reese says, Veve is built on Immutable. They're already on Ethereum. So we're already on there. Also, whenever I do shout someone out, obviously Reese is, let me know that I can make this thing very public. When I said somebody says, when Veve assets on Ethereum, I usually don't shout that person out because I don't really necessarily have permission to do that. I did that once and someone got really mad. But there are other people that would like the credit for it. Yesterday, when I did say that it was reported in a Taiwanese newspaper that Akomi has a new CTO, it was from this person, Dave, 2DCBK2LA.eth. So giving credit where credit is due. And I was just on Wendy Stibalis' stream, and one of the things that she asked was what was one of the main takeaways from NFT NYC. I've said it here before, but this is pretty much summed up perfectly by our Uncle Jeremy Padower. Not me and Wendy's actually uncle, we're not related. But he said, it's Jeremy Padower. He says, anyone want a spoiler alert? Spoiler, we're in a recession. Recession is 2 consecutive quarters of declining GDP. Quarter 1 was negative 1.6, and quarter 2, late July, but Federal Reserve Bank estimated negative 2.2 for Q2. The USA has already had 48 recessions and 46 presidents. And this will be number 49. But P.S., we're all going to make it. Everything's going to be okay. Not financial advice. Oh my God, I had dominoes. Anyway, there was an update for the Veve app, but I think it was just for Android because a lot of people that had iPhone, I said, what update? I didn't get it, so I think it is just for Android. For 4th of July, yesterday, we had, again, he put it on Twitter, so I guess it's public. Maddie Boom Boom goes and says, Happy 4th of July from Steve the Legend and me. This is Captain America first appearance. And yeah, it's a mighty, and you're not reading that wrong. It is 700 of them that he has. Hashtag Veve, hashtag Steve Rogers, hashtag Marvel, hashtag Captain America. And then down in there, we have somebody with 54 editions and somebody with 100 editions. And we have other people that just had even more and even more. It's absolutely bananas. A lot of him are kind of disappearing from the market. And there's only 142 of him for sale. Not a ton. And yes, I only have 2. Should I get another one? I probably should. But I spent a lot of my gems yesterday on buying 3 common Lokis. Not the alligator Lokis, the actual first appearance Loki. We have first appearance alligator Loki and then first appearance Loki. So I do not have the 34 gems right now. Also, during some of the update, people had gone over terms and services and gone on saying about this app. And it says, no matter your fandom, Veve has you covered. Whether you love pop culture, gaming, sports, film, TV, or anime and animation, Veve offers digital collectibles from your favorite brands, including Batman, Adventure Time, Monster Hunter, NFL, DC collectibles, Star Trek, Jurassic Park, Fast and Furious, Back to the Future, Ultraman, Superman, and so much more. Why did I have emphasis on Monster Hunter and NFL? Well, because we haven't had any of those yet, but I do believe they will come at some point. Speaking of which, we do have somebody named Josh, who I think is a dancer, has almost 800,000 followers, and basically said that Darth Vader has to have one of the best villain development stories of all time. Not gonna lie, I kind of agree a little bit. I kind of agree with that a little bit there. But also, this person was not really aware of Veve, so I had to go and respond like, yeah, the people and collectors went nuts when Disney dropped a Vader NFT on the Veve app. And there was a lot of people that were like, yeah. So speaking of Disney and their ownerships, we do have the first appearance of Jane Foster as the mighty Thor. I'm not 100% sure what this comic does in real life, so let's look it up. It's actually not a ton. A 9.6, which is the highest grade that I think you have been able to get. Or I'm sorry, the 9.6 only goes for 150. I have to sign in to see the 9.8. I don't have an account. But again, these aren't going for a lot. But why I think that will change is because Jane Foster is very, very important to Secret Wars. What is Secret Wars? Well, that is the next thing that they're doing. And I'm not going to give away spoilers, but I can't wait for it. She's the one. She's very, very important to the Thor Corps. She's very important to... well, you guys will know that the main villain will be not Doctor Strange. It'll be Doctor Doom. And she's a key component in how to fight him. That's all I'm going to say. So moving on for whales, CoinHub had reported breaking, a whale has purchased 20 trillion SHIB, which is about $210 million, which is the largest transaction in Shiba Inu history. So basically somebody just purchased half of the circulating supply for what would have been half the circulating supply for Omi. Put $210 million in there, yeah, could do that. Give me $210 million. I don't know if any money would go into SHIB, but I would put a lot of that into Omi, Veve NFTs, and all that jazz. I would obviously at that point do other stuff too, but yeah, this is going to be there are whales like that are going to come in. Guarantee it. Guarantee it. So on one of Veve's posts, we do have somebody that says, it's very sad to see that all my messages have not had even one reply to. I am a big supporter of Veve and hold spaces every single day without fail. It's very sad to see that other responses are being replied to, yet not one interaction over 11 posts I have sent. Again, Veve gets pinged and mentioned, I don't know, 1,000 times an hour, give or take, just an estimate. And why I say that estimate is because I'm going to open Twitter right now. I'm going to go to my notifications, and these are stuff I haven't even looked at yet. These are all, and this is what you saw how long I was scrolling for, and that was just for 2 hours. So this is, yeah, they get a lot. But that being said, Veve did go and respond saying, the post you're replying to has the information you're looking for. There was an error in deploying both the asset and the metadata, talking about Pride. Those errors were corrected, and the current collectibles now appear as intended. Thank you for your understanding. They respond saying, it's still incorrect. Please check, as Pride 2 is under Rewind license and Pride 1 is under Givenchy license. Also, House of Cards are wrongly licensed. Please advise as to why Part 1 and Part 2 of Pride are under different licensing. And Veve Digital Collectibles responds that it is not incorrect, just not ideal, unfortunately. The license for Pride 2 is specifically Rewind, even though the piece itself is in collaboration with Givenchy Beauty. That is something I think I would like to push back on, and I will probably mention to them that it is from both of them, but it only says the license of Rewind, where I think it should be too, because they even say here, the price itself is in collaboration with Givenchy Beauty, and I think that should say both, but it does only say Rewind. So just, some clarity there. So speaking of, we have Thor, God of Thunder, that comic book, which is not necessarily a grail, but I don't think anyone has done what KrepoBrooke has done, getting all of the, I think there were uncommons, the 204, 207, 216, 217, 226, 227, and 229, got all of them. I'm not sure that was ever done in history before. And speaking of which, we have a YouTube channel called Will Goes Meta that I haven't heard of before, but I would like to. They have 1,000 subscribers. They got an O in their name. And what are they doing? They are going and they're taking a look at, we have ultra rare, this Vader collection, which is just on one person's profile. They have the ultra rare 66, the common 66, and the uncommon 66 of the Vaders. And this one happens to be the same collection as KrepoBrooke. It is the same one that went and did that. So obviously we have whales here that like Star Wars, that like Thor, that like a bunch of these things. And these are just the whales that are in right now. There are other whales, bigger, heavier whales. What did Qui-Gon Jinn say when him, Jar Jar Binks, and Obi-Wan were trying to traverse through Naboo in the underworld? There's always a bigger fish. Just saying. Moving on. Why I always liked Square is because they had gone and served the underserved. What I mean by that is You do have to have a certain amount of money to have a bank account, but you don't need to have a certain amount of money to get the Cash App, and that happens to be. And this is not sponsored by Cash App at all, but it's just something that I've seen why I invested into Square back in the day, is because you don't need a bank account. They'll give you an account and a routing number. Just sign up with them. That's it. And this prefaces CZ Binance saying, Africa is primed for crypto adoption. 10 to 20% are banked, which is not a lot of the population, but it's still a good amount. Saying need financial access and inclusion. Blockchain provides that with a smartphone. And for people that are going to want to, like, what do you want, an app on a phone or an app on a computer? You'd probably want it on a phone if you're the creator, because almost everybody has a phone. Not everybody, like myself, does not have a computer, but I have a phone, I have a tablet, I actually have multiple phones, multiple trust wallets. But anyway, moving on. I got one more tweet from Brock McBlockchain saying Arena is now more stable through matches and moves. Lots more enhancements started today. It's almost beta tournament time. 2 million OMI to start it off. Constant burning, constant growing pot. The pot of money, or OMI as it were. Prizes on top of OMI. Win-loss record in metadata forever. I don't know who did this photo, but that's beautiful. Brock McBlockchain does tweet, okay, one more time, get your crypto off of exchanges. He doesn't say not financial advice, but I'm going to say not financial advice. Yeah, I don't have any of my crypto on exchanges. They're all on multiple different trust wallets. Anyway, guys, that's it for me. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Everyone check out at HateItDown and at KingMaps over on Twitter. Standoff Chart and KingMaps over on the Veve app. Kobe Collects and Omi Player 1 over on the YouTube. Raythax.eth domain name. Kyle Willson, Wendy Stibalis, Puddin' Cheeks, Veve Las Vegas, Taps Trades, Mars Davis, Legacy Bermuda, Sody Pop Media, Veve Darklink, Meta Lemon, and Veve Vibes, all on the YouTube. At Nomad with Guitar, at Wet Wizard Veve, and Gary O at 1234CA3, all on the Twitter. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. I love you guys. Goodbye.